Hi, I'm Raju from the channel Rajuvenate. It has been a long time since I last uploaded a video on this channel. I started this channel with a story I told to my son via YouTube. So I shall continue putting out stories from the lives of great men and women who have walked the earth. Hopefully I can inspire and educate my son and myself too. And if it helps in bringing smile to anyone's face, then I believe the purpose of this channel would have been served. Imagine a stranger coming straight at you and spitting on your face. What would be your reaction? Anger? Clenched fists? Yes, that would be the reaction from most of us mortals. But not so with Buddha. Let's hear the 4 amazing incidents in the life of Buddha. Once a man approached Buddha looking furious. He was a businessman and his 2 sons were followers of Buddha. But this man felt that his sons were wasting time with Buddha instead of concentrating on the business. He felt that spending 4 hours of their day seated next to someone whose eyes were always closed was incredulous. The businessman was very upset. So with seething anger, he went straight to Buddha, looked him in the eye and spat on his face. Buddha simply smiled. He showed no anger. But his disciples around him got very angry. And who wouldn't feel that way when you see someone spit on the face of your teacher? They, however, had to keep quiet since Buddha was with them. When the businessman saw that his action got no reaction, he simply walked away in a huff. The businessman could not sleep in the night thinking of Buddha. The enchanting smile of Buddha haunted him and he became very restless. Next day he went to Buddha and fell at his feet and asked for forgiveness for his actions. Buddha said, "I cannot excuse you." Everyone present, including the man and Buddha's disciples, was shocked by Buddha's words. Then Buddha explained, "Why should I forgive you when you have done nothing wrong?" The businessman told Buddha that he has wronged Buddha by spitting on his face. Buddha simply said, "The person on whom you spit is not here right now. If I ever meet that person whom you spat on, I will tell him to excuse you. To this person who is here, you have done no wrong." That is real compassion. What lesson we derive from here is that compassion is not just saying "I forgive you." Forgiveness should be such that the person being forgiven doesn't even feel guilty about his past actions, and it brings a lifelong transformation from within. Once Buddha went for begging in a house. The householder, instead of giving him any alms, started scolding Buddha. He shouted, "You are such an able-bodied person who is a prince, and you could have done great good to the world by working. But you are now begging. It's a shame." Buddha listened to him very calmly, and after he was finished, asked whether he can ask a question. The person consented. Buddha asked that if a parcel is sent to somebody and the receiver does not receive it, to whom does the parcel belong to? The man said that in that case, the parcel should come back to the sender. Lord Buddha said that he had not received whatever the person had said and left. This incident is quite well known, and although humorous, is at the same time profound. When a person thinks ill of the others, the person should first create that ill in his own mind. There is this lady who came to Buddha with a dead baby and asked him to revive the child. Buddha said he would do the needful, but he needs a vital ingredient to bring about the resurrection. He asked her to get salt from a house which had never seen death. The woman went from door to door the whole day, but she could not find such a house. Later in the evening, she went to Buddha and fell at his feet and said that she understands it now. She is not the only person who has suffered the loss of a loved one. We can all derive a great lesson from this story. Everyone has to go through pain in their life. We should stop feeling victimized by circumstances, overcome the miseries, and move on. During the time of Buddha, there was a fearsome dacoit by the name of Angulimal. He was a monster who had vowed to cut off 1,000 heads with his sword. And as a memento, he would cut 1 finger from each of his victims and made a garland of fingers. Once Buddha, along with his followers, was traveling through the hill in which the dangerous dacoit resided. Seeing Buddha approaching towards him, Angulimal shouted at him and asked him to take back his steps. He was not willing to make Buddha his next victim because Buddha's face exuded warmth, serenity, and a childlike innocence. Although Buddha was walking towards Angulimal, Buddha told him that he was still and it was Angulimal who was racing towards him. Angulimal got perplexed. Buddha told him that my mind is still and silent, whereas your mind is always seeking the next victim. And hence he told Angulimal, I am still, but your mind is splashing for meaningless pursuits. When finally Buddha came near the dacoit, he raised his sword and told Buddha that he is going to cut his head off. Buddha, as usual, was his smiling self and said, my head is for yours to take. But it is an old tradition to fulfill the last desire of a dying person. When Angulimal asked Buddha what his last wish was, Buddha simply told him to cut off a branch from a nearby tree. When the dacoit did so, Buddha told him to put it back to the tree and make it whole like before. Angulimal told Buddha that it was not possible to do so. That's when Buddha said, it is easy to cut off the branch of a tree just like it is easy to cut off my head. It can be done by any child. What is difficult is to create, to heal, and that only real men of real power can do. Cutting off someone's head is child's play, but to give life to a fellow being is what needs power, and that's what the real mighty do, so relevant in today's times. Angulimal realized the vanity of his pursuit and dropped the sword. He went on to become Buddha's disciple and spent his time in contemplation and understanding the true meaning of life. So friends, these were the 4 amazing stories from the life of one of the most amazing men to have walked the earth. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I love telling stories and your encouragement will keep me going. Thanks for watching.